So before we start talking about time, I want to send out a big thank you to all the guys out there who send me private emails asking me to consider their arguments, something that they've been thinking about, philosophizing about. Some of you guys send me syllogisms that you're working on formally. Some of you give me big, long texts of arguments. And those are the least likely to get a response from me, just because I'm intimidated by those big blocks of texts. If you're into that and I haven't got back to you, it's probably because I've blown you off, and it's nothing personal. It's just that I never could quite get into it. And if you really want my opinion, you're going to have to deal with my ADHD, I guess. And if you could digest it into syllogism form, or give me some bullets, or even a synopsis of your idea to sort of give me an anchor, that'd be awesome. Sometimes I do really intend to get back to your longer ones, and I don't. But sometimes I just say, I'm not in the mood for this, and don't take it personally. Truly, it might be a brilliant idea. I'm a fickle individual. But if you would like my idea, or my opinions on your arguments, help me out, throw me a bone, put it in syllogism form, synopsis, bullets, whatever. I appreciate it. So today I was given, actually, these are becoming more and more frequent now, and this is really cool because it's the most exciting thing that YouTube can give me, is when I get a personal message with someone saying, Jonathan, I want your help with this argument. It touches me. It really does. I don't care about the subscribers. I don't care about like the debate and who's on top of who and who's ahead. It's when you guys contact me through YouTube or outside of YouTube and say, John, I got an idea, I want to bounce off of you. It's just, I just take it with all the thanks and gratitude possible. So today it's an email from Chrono 826. He's talking about God, time, control, power, and what he wanted to arrive at is that God is time. In a earlier video that I've done, I was talking with a guy, and now I've lost it. No, I think his name was Nano Duckling. Yes, it was. Made an argument about God and said, and this was his conclusion, God did not create the universe because God did not create time. That was his conclusion. Now, he has an argument behind it, and I'm not telling you that for a reason, because I want to talk about time to begin with, and then I'll give everyone their due. Time is a point of not immediate importance to, I don't think anyway, to a theist-atheist debate. However, it's an important philosophic idea to get one's head straight about. You know what I'm saying? The confusing factor is that when we talk about time, we might be talking about minutes and hours and days and weeks and years in this business. But to say that these are any more than just epistemological constructs that are just conceptualizations, would leave us asking why. Why is it any more real than just, an organizational strategy? And what we see at the basis of minutes and times and hours and all this kind of business is the replacement of one state and another. Said in other words, come on, Jonathan. The replacement of one state with another. There's the preposition. Very nice. Anyway, that is to say that time is the result of impermanence. If nothing was impermanent, that is to say, if we would entertain even the hypothetical of God, that is a timeless entity because it does not change. Even idea itself, let's say any idea at all, would be timeless because it doesn't change. You can come up with a new idea, a different idea, but the original one that you've abandoned is still that same idea. It doesn't change. It's timeless. It's devoid of time. Fantastic, fascinating, interesting, but different avenue. The question then is, how do we understand God in concert with time? When we say God is a timeless entity, are we just making shit up? Or do we have a justification for that? Well, like I said, if we understand God as a thing that does not change, then God is a timeless entity, just like any idea is timeless. The argument the guy was making earlier, where he said God didn't create the universe because God didn't create time, is a little goofy, but you people in the comments tend to do all sorts of crazy things. So let's try to dissect it, because I don't normally draw attention to comments. Maybe if I do, you people will be more sensitive to what you say in there. But because I can get pretty pissy in comments, some of you know. I just aren't. And it's stuff like this that starts just to make me uneasy, even though I think this is pretty innocent stuff. I think it is a mistake. I think it's an innocent one though. Just start talking. Okay. Where are we? Okay, if God created the universe, God is a temporal agent. That's an if-then statement. He is claiming that if God created the universe, then God must necessarily be a temporal agent, which I'm assuming means bound to the to timefulness. Is that true? If it's not true, then the rest of what follows is false, and this is how it always happens, isn't it? Like I was saying earlier with the big long texts, you guys will say something I don't agree with for the clear beginning, and then the rest of it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. But anyway, okay. So hence, God did not create time. Why? If God created the universe, God is a temporal agent. Hence, God did not create time. Okay. Time is part of the universe. Therefore, God did not create the universe because God did not create time. He's saying God did not create time because God must be a temporal agent in order to what? Because he thinks that the transition from God and nothing to God and something, like you and I, changes God. And that would be the only thing that would make God a temporal agent. Okay? Time exists as soon as God creates something. But that's because time didn't exist beforehand. Time happened the moment that God, even in the hypothetical sense, would have created the universe, you see. So to say that God didn't create time is nutty. And it's even more nutty to say that God did not create the universe because God did not create time. Even if we were to buy into the idea that God didn't create the universe, to justify that claim on the basis of because God didn't create time is nutty. Because time is the result of impermanence. And I'll give you a syllogism for it now that I'm thinking of it. I think I actually have it up. Time is the result of impermanence. That's the conclusion. Here's the syllogism. The process of one state replacing another is the result of impermanence. I'll say it again. The process of one state replacing another is the result of impermanence. 2. Time is the process of one state replacing another. Again, time is the process of one state replacing another. The conclusion, time is the result of impermanence. So if time is the result of impermanence, and impermanence is the result of God, then God created time just as much as he created impermanence. And he was not a temporal agent all the while. He is still a timeless entity. He just is the basis of time itself. Because he created impermanence. He created the fertile ground in which time could sprout. Because without impermanence, there is no time.